Ian, just for starters, your take on the DP World IT20. This is the third season you've been involved from the outset. Third season now. Your observations about the league and how it's shaping up?
I think it's grown massively from the first year, where obviously it was a novelty, and the nature of where it's hosted in the UAE with the migrant workforce and all of that. You're seeing more crowds coming in now, giving it an even better atmosphere. The competitiveness of the players on the field, I think, sells any tournament. And of these guys that I've spoken to, and I've spoken to a lot of them, they all understand how important this is to their own well being, and they want to win. And there's so many more things, the exposure it gives. So I think it's gone from strength to strength quite beautifully.
Someone who's renowned for his
Oh, look, this is one of the beautiful things for
sorry.
20-year-old Farhan to be able to come into a league like this and bowl that final over against one of the most, or the longest tenured, one of the most powerful players, certainly in his prime, in Karen Pollard, and gain success. What he will learn from that, what Farhan will learn from bowling with Ollie Stone and so many others, what he will learn from interacting with some of the esteemed coaches around this league will catapult his career. And those are some of the real benefits of the ILT20, where I think you have 35 associate players from associate nations who wouldn't have had this chance to rub shoulders with so many excellent players in any other format and forum. So I think it's great.
Especially again, of course, taking leverage from the fact that you've been around for the entire existence of the IT20. Players who have probably impressed you in the earlier editions. Anyone in particular that you're looking forward to impressing from UAE angle?
Oh, look, Aryan Khan is a good young cricketer. Nazir is an outstanding young cricketer. The older segment you have with Mohammed Wasim, who's already established himself, but it's more than just the UAE players. Primarily the UAE players, where this we will find out and see in a couple of years the benefit of actually giving these guys this exposure. But then you look across at the Nepalese, Dipendra Singh Ari, who's here training, being with a team. Kushal Malla, Brandon McMullen has already made his presence felt. And so, again, I'll say these guys may not, many of them have had an opportunity to do this in more longer tenured leagues. So there are real benefits. And I'm excited too at seeing how UAE feed off of this and how they strengthen themselves in the next 3 or 4 years.
Last one from me, and your memories of playing in the UAE, Sharjah back in the day, such a formidable West Indian side, right, that used to dominate tournaments, and your memories, any performance that stands out, or any memory that you might want to share?
Hard work. Playing at Sharjah was tough. But just the first times that, not performance wise, but just the first time we saw Wakar Yunus, the first time we saw Kumar Dharmasena, the first time I ran into Sanad Jasuria, all of that happened out here at Sharjah in the UAE. And to see what those players have gone on to do, World Cup winners and all of that, the crowds that used to turn up at the Sharjah International Stadium in those days, absolutely brilliant in the formative years, and it's great to see that things are picking up here in the UAE with all the infrastructure that has developmental changes that has gone on. The arrangement, when you say the arrangement, I don't quite grasp. Okay. Look, the infrastructure is second to none. You've got, I will say, I was telling some of my friends, since I retired eons ago, there's never one morning that I've woken up and said, "Oh, I wish I was playing today." That has never happened until I walked out into the middle of Abu Dhabi the other day and I stood on that surface and I saw how beautifully the pitch had been curated and the outfield. So those facilities there, Sharjah has been refurbished. And of course, this ground here is a testament to the type of facilities that players need to improve. So I think, look, it's well worthwhile when we're talking about the league, and this is just my view. I'm never going to bag anyone else's tournament, but I think there are significant benefits here for the UAE players, for the associate players, and then you've got established guys like Pollard and Puran and James Vince and all of those guys, Tom Moody coaching or directing cricket, Andy Flower, who will not benefit from that. I myself had a chat with Otis Gibson today and we chatted about Yorkers. So there are so many benefits I learn and the players will learn. I'm up so beautifully for what is to come down the road, right? In the sense that if you walk out in an ICC tournament down the road, you are not as in awe of having to bowl to Nicholas Puran or having to bowl to Shofin Rutherford because you've been rubbing shoulders with them, you've been training sometimes with them, playing against them here. So that is the type of growth we're talking about that is exponential. As a player myself, I learned so much from playing overseas, outside of international cricket, playing against Waqar Yunus, playing against Wasim Akram, playing against Alan Donald, that once I got back into international cricket, I had moved from here to here, and that's what these players are experiencing.
Any more questions? Yeah, go ahead.
A glimpse of
Yeah. Or you
No.
don't mind anyone traveling up?
no, Farhan to me as a fast bowler, and that's my thing. I'm a connoisseur of fast bowling and the skills that I've bought. He's a young guy that will learn so much. You can see at age 20 he has the pace. The other day I was standing waiting to do a toss, for example, and he was bowling. I didn't realize he was bowling on the pitch alongside me. And other guys were bowling, and then I suddenly heard this loud thud into the wicketkeeper's glove, and my head spun around because I hadn't heard the ball hit the keeper's glove that hard. And I turned around, and it was him. And that told me a lot about what he could bring potentially in the future to the international scene and to the local scene, which he's already been a part of here in the UAE.
Again, thank you so much. Real pleasure.